gentlemen, the show is about to start in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
What is the deal, Raider Nation? Top of the morning. Happy Mickey Ficky Hump Day. You know what it is. It's Good Morning Raider Nation Live Podcast with yours truly, Lunatic Right. Right here on Raiders Allegiance, man. We got a good show for you this morning. We're going to talk some things. I've been, listening to other podcasts and different opinions, which is dope. That's why the nation is so diverse with different opinions and so forth, the way they see things. But I'm a numbers guy. I'm a facts guy. I don't care about what your opinion is, especially when you're taking somebody else's opinion and making it your fact. I don't care about that because that's just ludicrous. You feel me? Shout out to Ludacris and the Fast 10. Exactly. Movie out in theaters now. I'm not a sponsor of this show. Anyway, let's get to it, man. Hey, shout out to everybody in the chat, man. We're gonna get into this, man. I got some good information. All I got is facts. All I got is facts. And then I'm gonna break it down. I'm gonna show you the contradictions others have, and we're talking about Josh McDaniels. Once again, we're going to cross this bridge again because we're getting close to camp and a regular season. Now, a lot of people don't trust McDaniels. They say that he's a horrible play caller. I'm going to debunk all that with facts. With facts, I'm going to debunk everything. Even use what others have said about him against them where they contradict themselves. You know what I mean? But we're going to get into it. Like I say, I don't care about the name of the coach. All I care is about the production and what they offer from position. But we're going to talk about a lot of factual stats and everything. So let's go ahead and shout out everybody in the chat, man, that's up in the building this morning. And shout out to y'all, man. Thank you for pulling up and hanging out with your boy this morning. You know what I mean? You could be out there rubbing one and maybe not one, rubbing two out. You know what I mean? You might be like skeeting lotion on the floor. You feel me? You feel me? Who am I to judge anyone? I have my own faults. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I might not use lotion. I might use other things. You know what I mean? I'm different. Raw egg white. You know what I mean? It comes to mind. I know eggs were expensive, but now the prices are coming down on eggs. So, you know what I mean? Use an egg white here and there, raw, slimy, like snot. It's okay. It's in the home remedy book. So if the home remedy book says you can do it, hey, do it. Go out there and get your fill of orgasmic pleasure through the premature ejaculation of one hand connected to one's genitals. But without that being said, man, hey, I'm on a rant this morning, man. Hey, shout out to everybody out there, man. Loby One Kenobi. Hey, Loby, if I go out to LA for the preseason game, or no, not the preseason game, the regular season game against the Chargers, yeah, we can link up. I ain't tripping. I'm gonna try to make it. I'm not gonna promise that because I gotta already go out to LA the first weekend of August. You know what I mean? So I just gotta get my travel plans and stuff, all that in line, in order. But yeah, I'm out there, bros. It's all good. Hey, shout out to Raider Patches. You know what we do for fun? We kick other teams' asses. Yeah, that's, you know what I mean? We ain't got nothing else to do. Dark in the building. When you close your eyes, what you see? That's right. My dude, Dark. That's what you gonna see. Exactly. What's up with it, Tony Shepard, man? Hey, thank you for pulling up, man. Time to be in the building for this show, man. We gonna talk some good shit. Good shit. I didn't say SHIT, I said good shit. CHIT. So hey, YouTube, don't you get to tripping. Hey, good morning to Chris. What's up, Eric? Hey, Chris Ariel in the building, man. Nice. We in here though. We in here. Hey, shout out to all y'all. Robert Pena's in the building. Thank you for being my brother for real. Yes, sir. Hey, Pyro. Deal, my dude. Tops, man. Good to have you here, man. Tops, for real. We got a Dirty Eric in the building, man. What is the deal, man? Top of the morning to you, my brother. Raider Nation, Jason is in the building. Hey, you got one of them breakfast burritos, dude? Oh, you said that egg. What? Yeah, the egg white. Hey, that's the home remedy. Boy, hey, I give y'all game here, man. Y'all just gotta follow along. You feel me? Oh my God, man. Hey, that's real shit. Real shit. You know what I mean? I lie not about it. You know what I mean? No, I'm not yoking. I'm for real. That's no yoke. No yoke. Oh, egg white, baby, for real. You know what I mean? Let's see who else we got in the building, man. We got loved ones up in here. I ain't mad at y'all. You know what? Just listen, podcast top of the morning, man. Good to see you. I haven't seen Holly. I hope all is well with her. Navy vet, I hope all is well with him. Gabby, all is well with her. There's a lot of people I haven't seen up in here in a minute, man. I hope things are good. You know what I mean? Prayers out to them if there ain't, man, for real. Shit. Shit. That's why I got to start saying that like the old shit. You know how the old school, look, here go the old school. This is old school, go to the barbecue spot, right? They be like, hey, you got any of them baked beans? You out of baked beans? Shit. I'm always waiting for the baked beans. Shit. They get mad. Shit, you ain't got no baked beans? Come on, bro. How you gonna run a barbecue spot and ain't got no baked beans? God dang it. Yeah, you got any of that what you call it, man? You got some potato salad? You out of that too? Shit. God shit. You know what I mean? Hey, shout out to NorCal Raider Jesse in the building, man. Top of the morning, man. Hey, it's good to see y'all, man. Hey, for real. Shout out to the 25 people watching. Let's go ahead and dig into this real quick, y'all. You know what I mean? I'm gonna set y'all got some information. Okay, now let me break it down to y'all before we get. Let me turn this music off because we're about to really get into this. All right. I hear, you know, the difference of opinions, how people don't like McDaniels, but don't have anything to back that up. They talking out their ass. Some people think we ain't gonna do good because of McDaniels. Once again, they talking out their ass. I got the facts to back everything up. I gives a fuck about what his last name is. I just give a damn that he's the head coach. And if you can't ride with him, then you're gonna collide with him. You know what I mean? So without further ado, let's go ahead and dig into this. Now, here's my breakdown. The breakdown is this. And I said this once before, but we're going to put all this into this one show, and I'm just going to give you facts. This is not my opinion. I base my opinions from facts. Like I say, wise men base their opinions from facts, while fools base facts from opinions. And there's a lot of fools out there basing their facts off of other people's opinion. You know what I mean? Now, I don't know what they see. You know what I mean? Watching a coach on the sideline is not the same as watching a player on the field and just saying the tape don't lie. You can't say the tape don't lie in coaching. Come on now. You don't know how this man is coaching. You don't hear what he says in the locker room or in the meetings. You know what I mean? The only thing they look at, the only stat that everybody looks at is the final record of the team. But we overlook all the roller coaster ride that we did going along the season to get to that record. Yeah, of course, 6 wins is nothing to be looked upon as being success. Hell no. But there's many different ways of only getting 6 wins in the season. You can get 6 wins by getting your ass slapped from the other 11 games you lost. Or you could be in contention. and just barely. For instance, anybody watch hockey, right? You watch hockey. Now, I'm keeping my eyes on the Golden Knights, right? They're up 3-0 right now. The first 2 games, it took them to go into overtime and win by a goal. Now, do you look at that as being a dominant team, that it took them 2 games in the overtime to win because it was that close where they had to go into overtime? Do you judge a team and say, oh, they're not that good, they're only winning because they're going, you know what I mean? That kind of ideology. They're not that good because they're only winning. See, here's the key point. The key word is winning, but people want to downplay it. It's kind of like your haters, people that hate you. You know what I mean? You do something good. Oh, the only reason why he got that job, this is what it sounds like. The only reason why you got that job, the only reason why you got her number, the only reason why you got that car, you know what I mean? It's like they make up excuses for your successes. You know what I mean? So now people are making up excuses for our failures rather than looking at the play. It's a total team effort in losing and winning. Facts. You know what I mean? Your offense goes, like, for instance, I don't believe we try to tank at the end of the year. That's why you bench Carr. I don't believe that. Because if that was the case, why would you bench Carr for the Niner game? And it was the loss against the Niners that put us out of the playoffs. We were in contention for the playoff, even with the losses we took up to the Niner game. It took the Niners to put us out the playoffs. In week 16, we were still a contender for the playoffs. All right? So that debunks, to me, one of the reasons of why we didn't tank. The other reason of why we didn't tank was if you bench Carr for the Niners and the Kansas City game, then why did I guess Stidham didn't get the memo because his ass went out there and threw up 35 points on their ass. If we're trying to tank, why in the hell are you trying to win the game, Stidham? Because they weren't trying to tank. It was time to move on and throw something else in there different. Whatever reason it is, it don't matter. What's did is what's done. Okay, now let's get to McDaniels. McDaniels is a horrible coach, right? He's so horrible that former players that played with him firsthand and experience his horribleness, play calling as a coordinator in New England, his horrible dealings with people on a personal level. He's so horrible that they signed back up to play for him again. Okay, now let me use an analogy. Your girlfriend is so horrible, she fucked your brother, she stole money from you, and she slapped the shit out your daughter when you wasn't looking. But yet you go back to her a few years later, after she did all that shit. Oh, and she got pregnant by your best friend. Your girl did this to you. You in a relationship. She let your brother hit. Your best friend got her pregnant. She stole money from you, and she slapped your daughter when you wasn't even around because she didn't like her because it wasn't hers and yours. She did all this. You found all this out. You break up with her, bitch, get out. But then all of a sudden, 3-4 years later, you decide to get back with her. You a dumbass if you did that, knowing all this about that person. But usually it's only going to be one out of a group of people. You don't get 3 ex-players that used to play for this dude and turn around and come back and play for him again if you didn't think this guy was fucking capable of being a head coach. Facts. These are all facts I'm spitting. And just to carry on them facts, this is not just coming out of my mouth. You know what I mean? I'm going to let you hear what each and every one of the 3 guys, we're going to talk about Jakobi Meyers, Garoppolo, and Philip Dorsett. And listen to them themselves at different times talking about Josh McDaniels and about this offense.
Holla at me, bro. Like, why was it so important for you to get to the Raiders and Josh McDaniel? Just talk about that relationship.
I feel like Josh, a lot of people might take Josh differently, but I think Josh is the guy who pretty much gives you the answers to the test. It's just up to you if you want to use them or not. So from the moment I stepped in the league, he always pushed me. Always, like I said, gave me the answers. And I kind of had moments where I took the answers, and then I had moments where I finally bought in, and it all worked out. So it was kind of an easy decision for me to go back to that and just know I was going to get better every day when I got here. So I'm happy I chose.
Fair use, educational, entertainment purposes only is why I'm using these videos. Fair use. Now, that's just Kobe Myers saying that. That's him saying that. He's going back playing with McDaniels because it made sense. Going back into a system that he knows this man is going to push him to be great in. He's not just going to let you mess up, and he's going to tell you, if you follow what I got planned for you, it's going to be successful. That's Jacoby Myers. Now, these are going to be three different individuals, their own mindset, their own ideology, their own perception of McDaniels, and their own dealings with them. But yet they all say the same thing. So that's Jacoby Myers. Now, let's see what Jimmy Garoppolo said.
You decided
about
to come here,
Mr. McDaniel.
reunite with Coach, and I'm just curious, that familiarity that you have with him from your time in New England, what kind of role did that play in you ultimately coming here?
Big role. I think just knowing the offense, obviously it's evolved from the last time I was in it, but knowing how Josh calls plays, how he teaches things, and there's a couple of coaches on the staff too that I've known from the past, all that kind of came into play. And whenever you get an opportunity, Josh is a phenomenal play caller, one of the best in the league, I think, and whenever you get that opportunity to join a guy like that, you got to take it.
Okay. That's two players, ex-players, that said just about the same exact thing. This man is an offensive genius. And we're going to get to the other. I'm going to show you where this is leading up to, right? Just to debunk what everybody is saying about McDaniels, right? So this is, so far, Jacoby Myers and Jimmy Garoppolo talking about McDaniels, and he is the reason why they came to the Raiders. He is the reason why they came back to play for him again with the Raiders. Him. And they talk big about the system. All right? So that's Jimmy G. Now let's hear what Philip Dorsett has to say about fuck up Josh McDaniels.
You talk about that familiarity with Dave and with some of the guys, but ultimately Josh, right? Josh is the guy calling plays, and for a receiver, right, that's an important relationship to have, right? When you look at Josh and kind of what has made him so good and so effective as a play caller over the years, kind of what comes to mind?
Just his he's multiple. I mean, the way he's able to adapt, the way he's able to see what he has on his roster and get the best out of each player, play to all their strengths. And he's just an amazing play caller. I mean, he's a football genius when it comes to it. I mean, everything, all the concepts and everything that's up in his head. I mean, it's crazy. Everybody can't come here and play in the system and learn it, and we know that it's tough. But at the end of the day, he's just that great of a play caller and that great of a coach.
Everybody can't come here and play in this system. Philip Dorsett said that. McDaniels is a brilliant play caller. He's so multiple. He has different offensive sets in the way they run their plays. So many different aspects of it. That's what makes it difficult. Because I also heard that in one play, you got different variations within one play call. And you have to know each variation within that play call. So it's like one play call can represent 3-4 different plays. So we know it's difficult because Davante Adams said the same thing. But yet, this is another guy, Philip Dorsett, first time here this year, playing under McDaniels again, giving him all the credit. That's why he came back here. Now, let's just get a breakdown from Philip Dorsett. Exactly what do what entails in this offense that makes it so spectacular?
You know, we've heard a lot about kind of the system and how complicated it can be. And like you said, it takes like a special kind of dude to kind of thrive in that system.
Yeah.
You know, how would you, in a general sense, kind of describe that system and what makes it so effective?
It's always changing. You might come in one game, you have one game plan, and the next week it'll change. So I mean, you got to be willing to adapt, and you got to be on your Smith. You got to study. It's a lot of fine details that's into it that are really important, and it's tough. But if you put the time in and the work in, you'll be able to flourish.
See? So everybody's saying how difficult and complex this offense is. So it must not be false if everybody's saying the same thing about it. From Devontae Adams to Garoppolo to Jacoby Myers to Philip Dorsett, they all say the same thing, but they all speak highly of McDaniels and his offense. Now, here is where we arrive to the part where we debunk what the naysayers say. And this is the contradiction that they say. This is not my opinion. This is what they have said. But then it contradicts what they've said previous. Now, the number one knock that the haters against McDaniels is horrible play caller. Horrible play caller. Calls the dumbest plays at the wrong time. Just his play calling is suspect, is horrible. This is the only knock McDaniels is getting is his play calling, correct? Who calls the play on offense? Offensive coordinator, right? Who is our offensive coordinator? Well, the one that really matters right now is Josh McDaniels because he's the play caller as well as the head coach, right? Now, here goes the contradiction. But if he's the play caller and the coordinator of the offense and his play calling is so horrible, why do the haters say McDaniels is a horrible coach, but he's a better coordinator? Ain't that contradicting? You say he's a horrible coach, right? And the reason why everybody is saying he's a horrible coach is because of the play calling, but then you turn right back around and say he's not a head coach, he's a coordinator. And you give him props as being a coordinator. That's contradicting. You just contradicted yourselves. You said he's a horrible coach because of the play calling, but then turn right back around in the same sentence and say he's not a head coach, he's a better coordinator. How can he be a better coordinator if his knock is not being able to coordinate a fucking offense? Duh. Dumbasses. Y'all say the stupidest ass shit. And I feel sorry for those that run along with that fucking narrative and not even say, wait a minute, you just contradicted yourself. It's like being in a relationship with a woman. Always contradicting. She say one thing and do another. Just like a fucking woman. Yeah, I said it. Not all women, Holly. Hey, Holly. You know what I mean? But it's the facts. You sit there and say this dude is a horrible coach, but he's a better coordinator. But his knock as being a head coach is because he's a horrible coordinator. What the fuck is it, oh motherfucking bipolar ass haters? That's y'all new nickname. Y'all some bipolar ass haters. Y'all don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. Y'all don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. But yet y'all be up on the motherfucking YouTube every day spilling this bullshit, thinking, oh yeah, he you know what I think it is? He's not a good coach. You know what I mean? He's a better coordinator. His play calling sucks. How the fuck are you a better play caller or a better coordinator and not call the fucking plays? If I had hair, I'll pull that shit out. I would pull that shit out. That shit's so fucking retarded. I'm sitting here picking y'all shit apart. I'm going here putting all this. I'm like, wait a minute. Something ain't adding up. All this hate from McDaniels, where's your stats at? Give me the stats of why he's a horrible coach. And they don't have none. They just say, oh, because of the play calling. So listen, okay, his play calling. Now let's tap into this, shall we? Shall we? Let me digress from the emotional eruption that I just had. You know what I mean? Like the May 18th, 1980 eruption of Mount St. Helens. But this is, it's neither there or here. So let's continue on, shall we? So McDaniels, horrible play caller, right? I guarantee you. Matter of fact, this is what I'll do. I will put my whole salary for a whole year up against anybody who want to matches it that can prove that any other coach in the league. Matter of fact, let's make it simple for y'all. I'll put up my whole fucking yearly salary. I'll put it up. If you can find me one coach in the NFL that has not called one bad play, I'll wait. Find me one coach in the NFL that has not. You know what? Let's make it easier for you. Find me a head coach through the whole season last year that has not called 5 bad plays. I'll give you 5. Fuck it. 10 out of 17 games. Show me one head coach that called a perfect season. Show me. Show me one bad. I show you. Hey, who won the Super Bowl last year? Kansas City. Who's their head coach? Oh, the Walrus dude. So you think it was a perfect play call to call Ring Around the Rosies in a fucking professional NFL game? You had your whole fucking offense doing Ring Around the fucking Rosies in a live, real meaningful game. But it was successful. But that does not mean that you called a stupid ass play. That was a dumbass play. Nobody does that in the NFL. But everybody thought it was cute because Andy Reid did the shit with Mahomes. But if the shit didn't work and they threw an interception and they ran it back for pick 6, that's horrible. So you mean to tell me that nobody calls a horrible play and what you're telling me, what you guys are saying is that McDaniels called bad plays all the time, right? All right. Since he calls bad plays all the time, he only been a coach for us for 1 year. Let's go down the numbers, shall we? Let's see. Raiders. Only on the offensive side of the ball, because that's the only side of the ball McDaniels coached, or as a coordinator, head coach, you know what I mean? That you say he's so horrible at doing. We had the 12th overall offense. These are factual numbers, y'all. This is not my opinion. These are facts. You can look it up. 12th rated offense. We had a total of 5,993 yards of total offense. We averaged 352.5 yards a game. Totals for the season. We averaged that. 352 yards a game is what we averaged. Passing game, broken down from the totals. 3,934 yards passing. We averaged 231.4 yards a game passing. Rushing, we had 2,059 yards total rushing. We averaged 121 yards, 0.1. Let me throw the 0.1 in there. 121.1 yards a game rushing. Them is not fucking horrible play calling stats. This is easily top 10. When you go look at the numbers of the other total yards and the total passing and total rushing, we are in top 10. Top 10. We're only 12th in scoring. Oh, let me get to the scoring while we're at it. Let's get more factual stats. Let's see. Points. We scored 395 points this season. And don't forget, we didn't score a fucking point against the Saints. So 395. We could easily been over 400. 5 more points, we would have been over 400. Points game. 23.2 points a game is what this offense scored under the play calling of Mr. Josh McDaniels. Let me give you a comparison of what 23.2 points equates to totally in the NFL last year. Kansas City had 29 points a game and they led the fucking league in scoring. That's only 6 more points. Actually, less than 6 points a game than what we scored. Less than a touchdown is how much Kansas City had per game to lead, listen, to be the outright number 1 offense in the NFL. They only scored 6 more points to do that. But no, 23 points, point 2 is not considered a good play caller. So he calling all the fucked up plays where we didn't have none of these stats. Not to mention, Josh Jacobs led the league in rushing. Devontae Adams had the most touchdowns at receiver in the league, all in the same year. And not just leading the league in rushing with Josh Jacobs, he also broke a 25-plus-year-old record that Bo Jackson had against the Seattle Seahawks with over 200 yards rushing in one game. Josh Jacobs did it this year in this horrible-ass offense that Josh McDaniels called the plays, plural, that had Josh Jacobs break the record. Let's go to the other record. The record that Devontae Adams had that he beat Tim Brown, which was at about, 30 years? I think that 35 years that record stood that Devontae Adams broke within the same season under the first-year offense of this horrible play caller. Come on, these are facts. I'm not making this shit up. I give a fuck about McDaniels. Fuck his last name. I'm going by what this guy has done. You can only judge him by the stats. And it's like, why we can say, oh, the offensive stats ain't telling it all. But yet we look at how horrible our defense is, and the stats is exactly telling us our defense is horrible. Come on, bruh. Oh, double standard ass shit. Now, everybody wants to call Bill Belichick the genius. Oh, nobody that loves Bill Belichick goes be successful. Well, I want to disagree with that and guarantee you that the role that Belichick has taken, guess what? Josh McDaniels mimicked it. A mirror splitting image of so far, because it's still early with his tenure with us, even with Denver. Even with him turning down the Indianapolis gig, are all mirror images of Bill Belichick. How might you ask? I'm glad you asked that question. I'm glad you asked that question. Let me break it down. Let me break it down. How does Josh McDaniels' coaching career mimic Bill Belichick? But Bill Belichick is the greatest of all time. He's the reason why New England won those 6 Super Bowls. Well, let me tell you about the 6 Super Bowls. The first 3 Super Bowls, guess what? Josh McDaniels was there. Don't forget, Josh McDaniels had left and went to Denver. No Super Bowls for New England. Matter of fact, they had a good record. They was first in their division and got put out in the wild card game when Josh McDaniels was in Denver. Josh McDaniels' first year with Denver, he went 8-8. Let's see Mr. Belichick. When Belichick took his first coaching job, it was with the Cleveland Browns. From 1991 to 95, Bill Belichick was the head coach of the Cleveland Browns. He had an overall record of 36-44. Had more losses than wins. Right? Let's see. Let's get into some good stats here. Okay, so while he was in Cleveland, his first year with Cleveland, he was 6-10. Oh, wait a minute. Josh McDaniels' first year with us is 6-11. His first year with Denver was 8-8. Better than Bill Belichick. But guess what Cleveland did with Bill Belichick? He got to be there for 4 years. He finally took Cleveland to the playoffs his 4th year, 1994. They went 11-5. The records that Bill Belichick had at Cleveland as a first-time head coach with them, he went 6-10 his first year, 7-9 in 92, 7-9 again in 93. See, these are losing records. And then in 94, he went 11-5 and took them to the playoffs. It took him 4 years to get that team right after taking over and taking them to the playoffs. But we're getting on Josh McDaniels after year one. Go figure. All right. Now you get Bill Belichick going to New England in 2000 as the head coach, right? First year in New England as head coach, right? 2000. 2000. His record, he was 5-11. Year two, that's when he upped the ante. They went 11-5. 11-5 in year two. But we want to crucify and get rid of McDaniels after year one. Too bad. If New England would have got rid of Belichick after that 5-11 first year, would they have won 6 Super Bowls? I doubt it. You know what I mean? Now, they talk about, well, McDaniels, he don't know what he wanted to do. He took the Indianapolis job and then turned around and quit. Guess who did that before he did? Oh, yeah, Bill Belichick, he did that to the New York Jets. Oh, let me go ahead and tell you how that went. Bill Belichick was named coach of New York in 2000. He resigned the very next day without ever coaching one game for the Jets. Yeah, Belichick did that shit first. Belichick took the job. They announced it in New York as him being the new head coach in 2000. And the very next day, he resigned. You know how he resigned? By writing a fucking note on a napkin. I no longer am coaching the New York Jets. On a napkin, he resigned. But no, Josh McDaniels, oh, look what he did with the Colts. He got a good role model to learn all this shit from. And if he's learning all that, then he's going to learn how to win a Super Bowl. Shit. That's what the fucking Bill Belichick had to do. A mirror image ass fucking career. Mirror image. But you know why Josh McDaniels couldn't do it in Denver? Because they fired him after 12 games in year two. That's what happens when you're impatient. You're impatient. Like I said, if not Cleveland, but New England would have got rid of Bill Belichick in 2000 after he only won 5 games, they probably have never won no six. Because when he became coach in 2000, don't forget, that was the era of the Raiders. The Raiders were the team to beat in the early 2000s. We were that team. We were the team in 99 that the Baltimore Ravens had to try to take on and get to the Super Bowl through. We were the team that was playing in the tuck rule game against New England that if Belichick wasn't there, I doubt that shit even would have ever happened. We were the team in 2002 that went to the Super Bowl against Tampa Bay. We were that team in the early 2000s. New England wasn't. New England wasn't at all. But if you can't just give up after one season, you know why? And everybody thinking, oh, Sean Payton going to Denver and he's going to turn them around in year one. So after he strips down and takes out the offense that they've been running there and installs his, you think they're going to grab Sean Payton's offense year one? Is that what everybody's predicting? Oh, Sean Payton there now. They're going to win the Super Bowl this year. Get the fuck out of here with that old retarded ass thinking. There's too many retard men in the nation. I said that shit. Motherfuckers speaking out they ass, man. Motherfuckers don't do no fucking homework, don't do no research on what the fuck is going on with this team. You just, like these other motherfuckers we don't fuck with, all they got is fucking opinions. And they're not even based off facts. They just fucking opinions they pull out their ass. Right alongside the hemorrhoids and whatever the fuck else they got in there, a dick in the booty, a fingernail, or whatever the fuck they take in the ass. That shit, come on, y'all. We got to do better than that shit. Stop spreading this bullshit amongst the nation. Give us the facts. Give us the truth. That's it. Let us make our own opinion, but give us the truth to be able to form that opinion. Don't force feed us this bullshit and saying, oh yeah, this is dog shit, but it tastes like ice cream. Oh, let me taste it. Nah, y'all don't be tasted by boo, even if they tell you it's ice cream. You know what I mean? Nah, nigga, that shit brown and it stank. I'm not eating that shit. I'll tell you, this shit is fucking crazy, man. Man. And then, let's speak on the jersey numbers. Motherfuckers up in arms over motherfucking O'Connell wearing number 4. Get the fuck out of here. None of y'all motherfuckers was concerned with Michael Huff wore number 24 when fucking Charles Woodson left the Green Bay. Nobody said that shit. Nobody said shit about that. Oh, no. The only thing you say is, I hope to wear number 24, I hope you're good. Why you ain't saying you hoping Connell was good? Just don't go 10 years without winning a fucking playoff game. That's all we ask. You know what I mean? The more I dig into these stats, it's like now, and then I start digging deeper, and I'm starting to see why they let Carr go. Carr didn't have a great year last year. You guys see, everybody's just looking at the total yards and shit. Bruh, it's deeper than that. Let me give you one example. Davante Adams had a great year last year, right? You would say that it would probably be it'll rival his best season as a pro up to date, right? And you say, well, he had a hell of a year, and Carr threw it to him, so Carr should have had it. That should have been a hell of a year for Carr. Yeah. Did you look at the stats though? Did you look at the numbers that don't lie? Let me give you an example. Davante Adams was targeted 180 times this past season. 180. That's how many times it was thrown to him. Carr threw most of them. Not them little ass scampy ass passes in with the Niners and Kansas City when he didn't play. The meat and potatoes of that 180 targets was Derek Carr. Do you know how many Davante Adams caught out of 180 targets? 100. What the fuck happened to them other 80 passes to him? I don't remember him dropping 80 passes. So if he didn't drop 80 passes, who the fuck threw him those 80 passes that he couldn't catch? That's not fucking acceptable. You target Davante Adams 180 times and only complete 100 on the nose. 100. 100 out of 180. What the fuck happened to those 80 passes? Underthrown, overthrown, picked off. All the above happened. But Carr had this outstanding career. Oh, look at Davante Adams had this X amount of yards and this many touchdowns because of Carr. What about them fucking 80 passes that fucking Davante couldn't catch? Is Davante's fault? Because like I said, I don't remember him dropping 80 passes. Do you? You remember him dropping 80 passes during the season? Can you sit there and go through film and say, oh, here's the 80 passes he dropped? Bullshit. He was catching passes that shouldn't have been caught. That shouldn't have been caught, and he was catching them. So what about those 80 that didn't make it into his hands? Carr threw most of that shit. Maybe -5 or 6. Come on now. You gotta call a ball and a strike. Stop all that favoritism shit, man. You gotta sit there and think with a clear mind. Like I said, I don't look at the names of the jerseys. When I look at production, I don't just automatically, oh, that's Josh Jacobs. He the shit. No. Show me the stats, man. Show me the stats. You know what I mean? Show me the stats. I'm not going to sit here and drink the Kool-Aid. I'm not doing that shit. I'm going to do some research. I'm going to dig into these motherfucking numbers because that's the only motherfucking thing that ain't going to lie to me, that ain't going to voice their own opinion. These numbers are the facts. You cannot dispute numbers, period. Everything in life is made up of math, facts. Everything. The computer you're on, the cell phone you use, the car you drive, the house you live on, the water you drink, everything has a mathematical equation to it that will not lie to you. Because if your equation is incorrect from what you are building the equation from, that will not exist, whatever it is. Ever. It will never come into existence. So when I look at numbers, I look at truth. You know what I mean? I look at truth. Because numbers ain't gonna lie to you. They don't have no consciousness. We breathe life into the numbers, and then the numbers breathe the truth to us. And all we got to do is consume it. Not consume what this man, his idea is. Like these motherfuckers that think the world is flat. But yet motherfuckers that don't know better ride along with it because they take it as gospel. Like, oh yeah, the world is flat. Is it? Why? Why you're gonna start talking about the filament? We're in a dome. You know, if it was a flat earth, right, that everybody would have daylight at the same time, right? It'll be dark at the same time too, right? Let's ask Ozzy, is it dark or light there? Because the world is curved. So the sun can only project on the exposed surface. Come on, bruh. Come on, that's common sense. I mean, motherfuckers be falling in line. Next thing you know, motherfuckers gonna go out there buying shake weights. Oh, wait a minute, they did do that. Are they selling shake weights anymore? The biggest bullshit on the market. Like I said, bullshit is $1 billion industry. They sell bullshit to us all the time. I know y'all done bought some shit that didn't work, but on TV, ooh, look at this. This motherfucker can suck my dick and scratch my back at the same time. Oh, I'm getting that motherfucker. Come to find out it's sucking your back and scratching your dick. You know what I mean? D-Minutes in the building, man. Tops, man. I'm just talking the real shit. You know what I mean? The real shit. These ain't my stats. This is not my opinion. I'm just debunking other people's opinion because they don't take the time to find the facts to back their opinions. And that's the only thing I say. You see these motherfuckers on these channels that just get they clickbait. Clickbait is just, I mean, bruh, do some work. If you really love this team and you really have high hopes for them to do well, don't quit on them. Don't be disappointed. You can only be disappointed in the past. How can you be disappointed in now and the season hasn't even started yet? How can you be disappointed? That's like me being disappointed at my son and school ain't start because I'm expecting him to get all F's. Oh shit, might as well not even, nigga. You might well not even go to school, nigga. You gonna flunk anyway. Well, that's very fucking encouraging. Hey, way to go. Way to encourage your child to go want to do great. But since you're preconceived with him being a failure, fuck it. Why even have a fucking season? Why even have matter of fact, let's just get rid of the Raiders. Let's just start watching WNBA and shit like that. XFL and USFL. Since the fucking team is so much of a failure and they're not going to do anything good, the fuck, why root? Why root? You know what I mean? Why root for it? That's like me going back and rewatching the 2002 Super Bowl, rooting for the Raiders to beat Tampa Bay. They're gonna lose. So why am I gonna watch the shit again and cheer for it? Maybe it's just the optimist in me. Maybe all of humanity should be more optimistic and not be woe is me, life ain't shit. Ain't that where mental health comes into play? Don't a lot of people feel like life ain't worth living because they're gonna keep losing? Is that why we get a lot of suicides? Because people quit? So that's what Raiders, is that what the silver and black means to you? Quitting? When shit get bad, when shit gets hard, we just quit. Fuck it, I'm not even going to root this year. Just quit. Is that what the fuck, is that the kind of intestinal fortitude this team is made of? Quitting? Bruh, if you believe this team is a quitting ass team, you got the wrong, bruh. You pushing for you behind the wrong team. Find another team. That's when I question your fandom. When you just you quit like that, it's easy for you just to quit, huh? Just fuck it. We ain't gonna do good anyway. Damn, woe is me kicking cans. She loves me not. Pulling petals off a flower. You know what I mean? Next thing you know, we got to take your shoelaces in your belt because we don't trust you with it. Boy, I tell you, a lot of motherfuckers is depressed for no reason. It's a sport after all, but every year, the thing that sports gives us is hope. It's hope. Because that one day when we do get over the hump and we do win a Super Bowl, do you know what that feeling is going to be like? I don't know either. But you know what? Can't wait to find out. I can't wait to find out what that shit feel like. Going through all these years of disappointment, but still riding with my team. Optimistic every year that my team is going to turn it around and not quit and just get behind them and push. Because that one fucking day, and it's going to be one time. That's all we're going to need. That one time when this shit flips around and we do win it, I'm going to be there to witness that shit. I'm going to be there to witness that shit, and I ain't going to never quit on my team. Ever. Ever. Quitting is not an option. For motherfuckers who believe it is, then opt out. If you believe quitting is an option, then opt out. You're free to do that shit. It's America. It's built on freedom. You're allowed to do what you please. But I know I'm not built that way to fucking quit. Quitting ain't even, man, that's not even in my DNA. Well, it was who make fun of talking trash? We cracking jokes if anything. But I'm not clowning nobody's opinion. But damn, when you start talking about quitting on a team, come on, bro. You come on now. You wouldn't. Nobody would raise their kids to quit. Like these people that, cause Carr ain't here no more, they're ready to quit. When the Raiders left Oakland, they were ready to quit. When they left LA, they were ready to quit. There's people, matter of fact, not just ready, there were people who left Raider Nation and became Niner fans because the Raiders left. Who the fuck does that? Who becomes a Saints fan because Derek Carr left and became a fucking Saint? Who does that shit? But no, they're entitled to think that way. Come on, bro. They are entitled. And if we're sitting here saying that they're entitled to their opinion, then why am I not entitled to my opinion about their opinion? Ain't that the way it should go? Ain't it a two-way street? Fair exchange ain't no robbery. I'm not saying they're stupid or dumb, but I'm saying you're stupid and dumb when you're basing facts off of opinions. That's not smart. That's not smart. If one of them guys on the other side say some shit that they opinionated and I'm taking it as fact and I'm giving it to you guys as facts, ain't that wrong? Everybody's entitled to their opinion. I'm not knocking nobody's opinion. I'm giving you my opinion on their opinion. This shit can go back and forth like a tennis match. You know what I mean? Be my opinion. But see, this is not just my opinion. I'm reading facts this morning. I did research. Statistical. This is not my opinion. But when motherfuckers start bashing the team and come on, bro, who does that? Now we can be upset with the gameplay. Like, come on, bro, y'all motherfuckers got to do better than that. What the fuck are you doing watching the game and they make the wrong decision? I'm like, come on, why are you throwing it there? We get mad at that, but we ain't gonna say fuck this team and start burning jersey. Well, some people have done that. Some people break their TVs and burn their jerseys and say fuck this team and that they're gonna become a new team. I heard people say that when Carr left, they're going to be Saints fans. I guess the Saints are my new team now. Are you fucking serious? That's what we're doing? Everybody has their opinion, bruh. I'm not knocking nobody. I ain't saying that you ain't worth shit because of your opinion. I'm just trying to open your eyes to your opinion. Like, what is your opinion based off of, though? What is it based off of? What everybody else is saying? Or you actually, like, took the time to research and be like, you know what? You know, that's like me telling y'all, yeah, man, don't go to Thailand because I heard that, you know, every broad out there got herpes. And I'm telling you, I'm giving you my opinion. Like, hey, every broad out there got herpes. That's not a factual statement. That's opinionated off of what I heard. You know, if you got an opinion on something, let that opinion be able to stand on 10 toes. You know what I mean? Don't deter me away from something, from an opinion that's not even based off of facts. No, hey, Kush, don't smoke that Kush, bruh. That shit make your dick leak. You know what I mean? Oh man, right on, T. I ain't fucking with no Kush. That make my dingaling drip. Come to find out that, oh no, nigga, it only happened to you. Nigga, why you tell me? Nigga, it ain't gonna happen. Or like, oh, here's a better one. Have you ever had people tell you don't go see a certain movie because when they went to go see it, they didn't like it? So how is their opinion going to be the same as yours? You might watch the movie and be like, I don't know what he talking about. That's why when people tell me, hey, nah, man, that movie is trash. I'm not listening to you about the movie. We might not like the same shit. You know what I mean? I might like little midgets running around with tassels on their titty, twisting while they playing hopscotch and singing Bobby Blue Bland. You know, I might like that shit. You might find it weird, but I might like, you know what I mean? I like them little stack booty midgets, bruh. Bruh, that's a major negative fan doing all that shit. And they're out there though. That's the thing. They're out there. Yeah. Yeah, Raider Room. I hear that same shit. I hear the same shit, but what I do here is discuss shit like this because it's topics that's going on. This is my opinion. That's why I have a platform to voice my opinion. And like usually my opinion, I'm not basing it off of just anything. I'm trying to get some information, some facts to be like, no, that's not true because you know this, and this. You know what I mean? So that like for instance, when people say, like, come on, you gotta admit, it's a big contradiction when you say he's a horrible play caller and then say in the same sentence, he's not a good coach, but he's a good coordinator. How can he be a good coordinator if his play calling is not good? Because that's who calls the play, is the coordinator. That's the kind of stuff I point out. That's a contradiction. I can't let somebody just go through life believing some shit that ain't true. That's one thing I will never give out misinformation. If I don't know, hey, let me look it up. I'll find out and I always tell everybody, I don't want to give you guys misinformation. Let me find out before I even speak on it. I do that shit all the time, bro, because I'm knowing. I know what I don't know. That's my facts. My facts is I know what I don't know. You know what I mean? So I just want to know so we all can be in the know. So we all have the right information. Because it's not just about Raider Nation. There's going to be fans from other teams that's going to, in a debate with us, say some shit that they done heard from other Raider fans and try to throw it at us as facts. I'm like, oh, wait a minute, King Mo Sabi. Whoa, hold up, swole up. That's not the truth. Where you get that from? Nigga, the Inquirer, the Sun, the Daily Planet, nigga, that's cartoons. You know what I mean? I'm gonna pump your brakes because hey, some of them fans try to use our own shit against us because I done had many debates against Niner fans and everybody that they have done that shit. They hear some news, like when they hear ESPN or somebody else saying some shit about the Raiders, that's the shit they throw in our face. And they don't even know all the facts. They just hear what this person is saying, and then bam, throw it in our face like it's facts. Oh yeah, that's why such and such. Nah, bro, that's not true. For instance, here's another one, and it's not even a Raider. Jalen Carter. You remember how when Jalen Carter got in, everybody was saying he was the driver of the car that wrecked and killed the people in the car. And we like, oh shit, Jalen Carter killed 2 people in the car, driving under the influence, racing the car. And that wasn't even the case. But we're spewing that because these people on these media channels is spewing it to us as being facts. We're taking it and carrying it and spreading it like a virus. And everybody's, oh yeah, he was in the car drunk, smoking weed, had his dick out, and he wrecked and killed 2 people. And it's like, bruh, that's not even what happened. Before we start commenting on shit as facts, we need to find out if this is true. That's why Jalen Carter, like, why else was everybody passing Jalen Carter? He was ranked the #1 overall player in this draft. He did not go in the top 9. He went 10, right? 9 or 10? Was it Philadelphia got him at 10? Wasn't it 10? He went to 10, and he was ranked the #1 best player in the draft. That's only because of the rumors that were floating. And every year during the draft, it's always some more bullshit that floats out to kill somebody's stock. That's why I said that, and that affects people individually in their pockets. This man is trying to probably buy a house for his mom. If he had kids, take care of them. You know what I mean? But yet we're hearing ESPN or Bleacher Report or whoever on Twitter is saying this shit, and we're going back telling everybody else, yeah, they said he was under the influence driving and you know me wrecked the car, and that's how they died. And then come to find out, that was not even the case, man. That's why I said we got to fact check. The same way we got a car fact. We got to make sure that car wasn't in no accident before we buy it. Shit. Hey, bro, that's optimism. Anything positive is optimism. You never been optimistic about something negative. Or I'm optimistic we're going to just win 1 game. That's an oxymoron. Optimism is positive. You're only optimistic in a positive situation. I'm optimistic that we can, like I said 14 wins. You know what I mean? Doing that show, but that wasn't even what my fucking prediction is. I said we're gonna win 9 or 10 games. That's my prediction. 9 or 10. Solely based on the production that we should be able to turn around in the red zone and take care of the ball. Because if you're not throwing deep, you're not gonna pick that shit off. You know what I mean? At least this is how I'm trying to analyze this shit. When you got people in the offense that knows the offense, I think it should move a little more smoother than it did last year. With Josh Jacobs saying that he was not happy with last year because he felt like he left a lot on the field and he could have did better, then that's telling me he's really gonna come out this year and now he got his college number. Don't be surprised if he does way better than last year. You know what I mean? It's just that's how I'm basing it off of. From what the team is saying, from what they present themselves and how they talk, I'm only going by what they're saying because they're the ones that practice every day and play in this offense and work for that coach and play for that coach. That's all I can go by. I'm not at the practices. You know what I mean? I can only assess the information that I'm intaking from everything that's being expelled out. That's all I can do. I can't just say, yeah, I was there at practice and Trey Tucker, that motherfucker, man, I can't speak on that. But I know who can. I know tomorrow you're going to hear a lot about it by the media tomorrow because they're all going to be at the OTA tomorrow, Thursday. So that's when these shows are going to get interesting. You know what I mean? Just like, for instance, and you know this, Kush, back when Davante Adams gave that interview with that writer. And what you took from it was a whole different aspect of what everybody else was saying. Everybody was saying the opposite of what you took from it. Now, I didn't have the luxury of reading that article. But when I heard that Davante is not seeing eye to eye with the front office, the only thing I could do was addition through subtraction by subtracting the things that I know he's not concerned with. I know special teams ain't something on his plate as well as the defense. So if you look at the offense, is it play calling? Why would it be the play calling if you led the league in receiving touchdowns? Why would it be the play calling if Josh Jacobs led the league in rushing. I start like peeling back the layers of this shit, and then I get down and start thinking the logic. Like I see what he's not looking eye to eye with, at least from what my educated guess from removing the things that it ain't, and what I'm left with. It's the fact that offense changed. And I felt like he felt like this offense that he was in last year had potential because we were only losing games by minimal points. It was nothing to be drastic measures over. But when you lose your tight end, you lost your quarterback, you know what I mean? And you're part of that starting offense. Now you start, what are they doing? Why are they getting rid of these guys? And this is what we did. You know what I mean? Stat-wise, we may not have won those games, but we were in every game all the way up until the clock hit 0. So we have potential. We just need to build on it. This is what I'm taking Davante Adams speaking of when he said he didn't see eye to eye, because I think the changes on offense made him believe that, wait a minute, we're not seeing it the same. You're changing things. I'm thinking leave it alone and let it develop. We're only 1 year in the offense, which he has a point. But when people start saying, oh, just trouble in paradise, that's why I did that show. Like, is there trouble in paradise? Really? Or are we reading too deep into this? You know what I mean? And I don't believe it at all. You can't trade them. The dead cap hit is ridiculous for the next 2-3 years. You ain't no way in the world you're going to take a $35 million dead cap hit from one player. You're not going to. He's here. He knows he ain't going nowhere. But he just wants to understand, if you're making these substitutions with what looked like it could have worked if they stuck with it, why are you making these moves? And let me know. But I hear that they're including him on all these decisions. They're letting him know he's not in the blind. Davante knows what's going on because they included him. You know what I mean? He's just not agreeing with what they're doing right now on paper. And of course, you got to have some kind of concern if they're making changes at positions such as tight end and you know what I mean, and not giving Josh Jacobs an extension, and you know what I mean. There's a lot on that offensive side of the ball. That's where all the controversy is coming from. Ain't no controversy from the defense. It's all the offensive moves. Like, damn, you traded Waller. Damn, Carr walked. You gave franchise tagged Josh Jacobs. Now we're hearing rumors that we possibly could be trading Renfro after June 1st. June 1st is next week. So if he gets moved, then and I'm pretty sure in the building, they know more than what we know on the outside of the building. So if there's any speak or mention of Renfro possibly being traded after June 1st, that shit floating around inside that building. It ain't going to hit the streets. Because one thing I do know with the front office, they do not leak shit at all. We do not know what the team does until they do it. We didn't know what draft picks we took until they took them. You know what I mean? We didn't know any free agents we signed until they signed them. You know what I mean? That's one thing I can appreciate the front office. They're not leaking any information out. So if they're not giving us information, the only thing a lot of people's doing is speculating on the moves they make without even knowing what moves they're making. You know what I mean? So that's all I'm saying. I ain't saying nobody ain't worth shit, but I'm just saying, man, bro, don't just give in too soon, because everybody else is like, and when I say else, I'm talking about coaches. Every other coach is given an opportunity to turn shit around. You know what I mean? You think they're gonna fire, like for instance, you think they'll fire what's the name with the Texans that came from the Niners if this year is not a success? And after they done got the 2 and the 3rd pick in the draft and loaded up, you know what I mean? Loading their defense up. And if they don't be successful this year, do you think he deserves to be fired? What if Sean Payton doesn't get the Denver Broncos in the playoffs? Should he be fired after 1 year? Or do they get an exception? Like, no, you got to give them time to install their system. Well, what is the difference with the Raiders? Oh, I know what it is, because it's the Raiders. You know what I mean? I get tired of that narrative, because it's Raiders, we deserve it to happen to us. You know what I mean? But damn, if a motherfucker's already depressed, don't add shit on top of it. Damn, motherfucker be like, damn, nigga, I'm trying to see the silver lining in this shit. The only silver lining I got is my new hats. Oh, there will be some new episodes of Raider Drip, but I think I'm gonna do something a little different with the first 3 episodes. I'm gonna go ahead and not just debut hats. I'm gonna debut Raider fits. You know, the jerseys with the hat and some shoes and the shorts or whatnot. You know what I mean? But mainly the jersey, the shoes, and the hat. What y'all can throw together. The shoes that's out there that's in the Raider color ways. And there's some dope ass shoes out there. Gray and black, white and black. You know what I mean? So, hey, I got some new shit coming for y'all on Raider Drip. So stay tuned. Probably in the next week or 2, I'll start getting started on those episodes because we will officially be in the June. And I know the camps is about to get down with the get down coming towards July and preseason in August. So stay tuned, y'all. And also, there will be another Cooking with the Nation. This time I'm gonna do desserts. So it will be I don't want to tell y'all it's a cobbler. That's all I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you there's secret ingredients in the cobbler as well as homemade caramel ice cream, caramel flavored ice cream. Yes, indeed. I'll show you to get down how to do it. So stay tuned. I might film that this weekend and release it. So y'all stay tuned for Cooking with the Nation. And like I said, Raiders Drip, y'all should be getting new episodes coming soon. I'll be starting on that soon. I'm back to working overtime just to buy more fucking Raider hats to do shows on. I'm gonna be in the poorhouse. I'm gonna be the flyest nigga in Tent City. Like, damn, that nigga homeless and he got all the Raider hats. That nigga stay fly. Oh my goodness. But yeah, good discussion. This is my point of view with backing up the facts and these stats, man. That's it. Like I said, that's why I ain't mention nobody's name. That's one thing I won't do is mention their name. I'm mentioning what I disagree with, though. That's basically what the conversation is about, is what I disagree with. You know what I mean? I ain't put nobody to the bus. I don't do that shit. It ain't like I got a personal issue with them. I just got an issue with their opinion of the team. That's it. So that's, you know what I mean? Ain't no. Can you bring some broccoli? Fuck no, I'm not bringing no broccoli. Hell, I'll bring some beer. If you fucking, you know what? I might bring some greenery too. Matter of fact, I gotta call my partner. He's supposed to be giving me a little private little batch that he got up in Oregon, man. So I'll have some shit on deck, man. I'm not gonna blow through that shit. You know what I mean? I used to get my blow on. I gotta get me you know what I miss? I miss my bong and putting gin in it. Gin in my bong. Oh my God. Yeah, man, I might have to jump back into it because my job ain't tripping off the cannabis anymore. You know what I mean? These motherfuckers lady. Just don't do it at work. That's how they say. I'm solid with it. All right, yo, I'm about to shit, I got some the red hats? Oh, bruh. Hey, let these motherfuckers talk shit. Who say what? I give a fuck. Y'all know what side of the track I'm from, man. Come on, bruh. Don't act surprised. Like, ooh, Lunatic got that Damu red Raider hat. Only I can do that. No, I ain't gonna say only I, but yeah, I did that shit. I got other colors too. Shit. Hey, shout out to everybody out there, man. I thank y'all for pulling up this morning, man. Yes, indeed. We'll be Thursday, and it'll be a precursor to the OTAs that, what's today? 20, 22, 23, 24. Today's the 24th. There is no OTs today. Tomorrow there is, and that's what's open to the public, or not to the public, but to the news media. So I'll get all the information I can from that OTA. It probably won't be early in the morning, but the show Friday morning, we'll what the fuck Friday, we'll talk about it. I'll do a show on that day. and we'll talk about what was said, what was seen at the OTAs with these rookies and these new additions. So, hey, with that being said, man, you guys enjoy your day. Be blessed. Be safe. Make back to your loved ones, man, in one piece. You know what I mean? Don't be getting out there behind the wheel racing and shit. Hate to hear anything bad happen to y'all, man, for real, for real. So, like we always do about this time, we'll be back, same Raider time, same Raider channel, tomorrow at 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Eastern, right here on Raiders Allegiance. It will be the Good Morning Raider Nation live podcast, and we're going to carry this torch, man. With that being said, man, I'm Lunatic Raider. This is Raider. Oh, yeah, subscribe and hit that like, man. Let's get them likes up, man. I've been hovering around 1177. It's time to get it to 1180, and soon after, 1200. Let's get 1200 subs, y'all. Let's go. So with that being said, I'm Lunatic Raider. This is Raiders Allegiance. You already know what it is. I'm out this B.I.E.